Hey everyone, welcome to Rapid Review. So today we're going to talk about Chapter 20 of The Mandalorian, titled The Foundling. So the episode starts at the Mandalorian covert as we watch Mandalorians training. It's a really cool scene as we see some flying, some practicing combat, others are shooting. We get this really cool kind of 360-degree scene of all the action going on. And I'm continually impressed with the visuals of this show. Eventually, we get to see Grogu, who's playing with some crab-like alien things, and I'm not sure if he's using the Force to move them or if they're moving from under the crab, but it was a cute little scene. And then he's told by Din that he needs to start his training. And training for this day is a game of darts against the other foundling, Ragnar. So it's a fun little scene where we get to watch Grogu do some Yoda-inspired jumping and spinning in order to defeat Ragnar. Soon after the match, Ragnar is whisked away by a dragon-like creature. Din and Paz Vizsla give chase, but they run out of fuel, but not before Bo-Katan is able to track and find its lair. And then we have an episode. We learn that a team of Mandalorians will have to fly close to the lair, but then climb up a mountain to rescue Ragnar. Grogu stays behind, and we get this amazing scene. While the armorer makes this cute little chess piece for him, with the Mudhorde signet, he has a flashback to his escape from the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. As clone troopers descend, he's rescued by none other than Ahmad Best's Killerin Beck. We get to see a cool chase through Coruscant before they escape into hyperspace in a scene that looks like it was ripped out of Episode 3. For someone who's criticized the visuals of Episode 3, I definitely had a bit of a nostalgia trip and loved that scene. It looked really good. It was great to see Ahmad Best get more work within the Star Wars universe, especially with all the undeserved ridicule that he's suffered. So the Mandalorians make it to the lair, and then they find some half adorable and half terrifying dragon babies. The mama dragon is about to feed Ragnar to them when the Mandalorians attack. Again, we get a really good-looking battle as the Mandalorians fight and eventually defeat the dragon, which is then eaten by some monster in the sea. I'm not sure if it's the same as the alligator monster from the first, or the same kind of monster as the alligator one from the first episode, but they were able to defeat the dragon and rescue Ragnar. The episode ends with the Mandalorians returning to the covert with 3 new foundlings, the 3 weird-looking dragon babies. I'm not sure if they're going to be used to be mounted and used as warriors, or if they're going to be eaten, but it's definitely mildly interesting to figure out what they're going to do with them. The show ends with Bo-Katan telling the armorer about her mythosaur sighting, and the armorer seemingly dismisses it. It was an interesting scene because I thought Bo-Katan had ulterior motives, but maybe seeing the mythosaur was more like a religious awakening, and maybe she truly feels drawn more to this fundamentalist form of Mandalorianism, if that's a word. Overall, I thought it was a really good episode. It was short but sweet. I continue to love that this show is really focusing on Grogu as a character. The mission was fine, but was more of a mission of the week type of thing than anything to really push the story. And again, the show continues to look great. I love that shot of the dragon with the sun and the gauntlet. I love the battle. I love the opening scene with the 360-degree view of the Mandalorians training. It all looks great. And it's all done in bright sunlight. So even though we're getting a lot of CGI, it's really hard to tell what's CGI and what's practical. I really love the Ahmad Best cameo, and that whole scene was a bit of a nostalgia trip. I also like that the show continues to delve into Mandalorian culture, though sometimes it feels like a little bit too much exposition and the dialogue gets a little clunky, but I still like it. As an aside, I thought it was hilarious that Bo-Katan asked the question we were all thinking, which is, how do they eat in front of each other with the helmets? It's also interesting that Mandalorians as food continue to be a theme for the show. My only issue is that we're 4 episodes into the season and I have no idea what the season is or where the show's going. It kind of feels like it's meandering, and I'm still waiting for the show to kick it into high gear. Overall, though, solid episode, and I give it an 8.5. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. We can be found on all social media platforms at portable_hole. We're also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any podcast aggregators at Portable Hole Publishing. And you can email us at portableholepub@gmail.com.